If you're a braider who's getting ready to launch their mentorship and you know that you want to have payment plans, but you don't know how to offer them, this video is for you. See, after launching over maybe about 3 mentorships and helping other braiders from all across the United States launch their own online mentorships, I have found that what I'm getting ready to show you is the best strategy for offering payment plans. So in this video, I want to reveal to you my biggest mistake I made when offering payment plans. Then I will reveal to you the 6 most profitable payment plans you can offer for your mentorship. And I want to reveal to you after that my favorite strategy for getting more cash flow up front from payment plans. Then I'm going to show you what to do before offering payment plans, because if you don't do this before offering payment plans, you will be making a big mistake. And lastly, I want to show you what to do if someone doesn't pay. So let's get into it. So my biggest mistake when offering payment plans was that I did not understand the purpose of payment plans. I thought payment plans were just a cool thing to offer because I felt like people weren't going to be able to afford my mentorship. So I would say something like, hey, I have a mentorship that is $1,000, but if you aren't able to afford $1,000 up front, what I'm going to allow you to do is to split that into 3 payments of blank. You know, that may be 3 payments of $333.33, because I thought that the purpose of payment plans was to offer them because people can't afford my mentorship. But I was wrong. I realized that the purpose of payment plans is this. See, when you have a payment plan, the whole point of business is to bring in cash flow. I learned this from Alex Hermosi. You want to have cash flow coming into your business so that you can stay in business and you can make money. But even if you don't have cash flow, then you can't have a business that runs. So when you have an online mentorship like Braiders, or maybe you're doing something in person, however you're doing your mentorship, you want to have cash flow coming in to be able to pay for your the cost to run a mentorship. You need to have cash flow coming in to pay for your needs and your wants at home, so you don't have to rely on braiding. So with that being said, if you don't have the cash flow coming in, then you aren't able to pay for the things you need to, and then you're going to have to go back and braid hair. But when you understand the real purpose of mentorships, which is the real purpose of payment plans, which is to enroll more people and bring in more cash flow, then you will have a different perspective around them. See, I thought it was because, people can't afford me. And really, people can afford it, but they may not be able to afford it all at once. So when you understand that, you throw in payment plans so that you can get more cash flow instead of coming to one person who can pay the 1,000, for example, who can pay the 1,000. Let's say you got 3 people who can pay, the 33.3 over a certain period of time, and now that's $3,000 you make, instead of just having one person who can only pay the 1,000 if you only offer payment plans. Okay, if you only offer the mentorship price. So what I'm telling you is that your mindset shouldn't be, hey, I want to offer payment plans because nobody can't afford my stuff. No, that's the wrong mindset, because if nobody can't afford your stuff, they shouldn't even be trying to get your payment plan. The real mindset is this: you offer payment plans to get more cash flow coming into your business so that you can take care of the things you need to and want to do. Okay, so that was my biggest mistakes when it came to offering payment plans. Now let me share with you the 6 most profitable payment plans you can offer for your braiding mentorship. Now, before we do that, you have to know this. Or you have to know what is the final price of your mentorship. And yes, this can change, but a lot of braiders do not know what they're going to charge for their mentorship. If you're watching this video, you should already know, but if you don't, that's okay, because I'm going to help you think about it right here slightly. So I remember, I talk to braiders pretty much all the time, and they don't know what they want. Should I charge this number or this number or this number? Okay, when you think about charging a final number for your mentorship, I want to ask you this: what is the number you feel like your mentorship is worth? Okay, so you might say, hey, I feel like my mentorship is worth $3,000. Okay, then I'm gonna say, okay, if you went on the internet right now and said $3,000, would you shake? You probably would say yes. I'll say, okay, how much are you comfortable going on the internet and saying your mentorship is worth right now? You may say something like $1,000. I would say, hey, the final price of your mentorship right now should be $1,000, because you don't have the confidence yet to go out on the internet or sell on a web class or a challenge or anything to even charge that $3,000 price, but you can grow there. Just like when you first started doing hair, you didn't start at, 160 for X amount of stitch braids. You probably started at 100 or 80. Then you worked your way up to 125. Okay, so you want to stair step your way to this big number. So think about that. What is the number you feel like your mentorship is worth? Okay, then if I told you to go on the internet right now, what would you charge for your mentorship? What would you feel comfortable saying? That's the number you want to charge. Okay, so let's say that your mentorship is going to be, for this example, let's say that your mentorship is going to be $5,000. Whatever I want you to just write that final number up there. Okay, I'm going to reveal to you the 6 profitable payment plans you can offer. Number 1 is going to be weekly. Okay, you can collect cash weekly for your mentorship. Okay, I would suggest you make sure that you charge the card on Friday and use a payment processor where you can charge the card automatically, every week at the same time on the same day. Okay, and I'm going to tell you at the end which payment processor I love using, but you can do weekly. So if we did weekly payments, it's 52 weeks in a year. It's 52 weeks in a year. 1 second. Let's see what that math is. It's 52 weeks in a year. Somebody probably has it already, right? So let's say you charge $5,000 for your mentorship divided by 52. That's going to be $96 a week. Okay. And at the end of this, I'm going to show you, how to determine which one you choose. Okay. But that's $96 a week. Okay. Or 96.12 is 15 to say. All right. The next payment plan you can offer people is bi-weekly. Okay. This is payment plan number 2. So you can say, hey, I want bi-weekly payments. So if we did $5,000 divided by, that's 24 payments. Well, 26 payments. It'd be $192.30. Okay. Let's say if you used to do monthly. So we'll do $5,000. The next one is monthly. Okay. The next payment plan is monthly. Let's say if you used to do $5,000 divided by 12 months in a year, right? You're going to make $416.66 a month. Okay. Now, these 3 are the other payment plan options you can offer. Okay. You have what we like to call quarterly. This is where, and I feel like, so this is weekly, self-explanatory. You charge them weekly. You charge them bi-weekly. You charge them once a month. So this is 4 times a month, twice a month, once a month. Then you have quarterly. So quarterly, there's 4 quarters in a year. Okay. Quarters last 3 months. So I mean, you're going to charge your students every quarter. If you were to charge them every quarter, your payment plan would be, that's 4 quarters in a year. It would be $12.50 a quarter. Okay. Then you have the next payment plan, number 5, is or semi-annually. Okay. What does that mean? You charge them every 6 months, twice a year. Okay. So if you were to charge them twice a year, you would charge them $2,500 every 6 months. And then the last one is annually. Okay. And I feel like I'm not spelling this right. Okay. And you would charge them $5,000 a year to be in your mentorship program. Now, how do you determine which one is best for you? Well, when I look at this, I want to give you an honest thought. I like more cash flow. Upfront faster. So let's say I charge them $12.50 every quarter. Okay. That means for a whole 3 months, I don't get another $12.50. All right. So For me, I wouldn't do quarterly, depending on how long the program is. But I think a good rule of thumb is this. You have to look at how long is your program. Okay, if your program is 12 weeks, it's no point in you charging annually for that. Okay, so you may do something that's more like monthly, bi-weekly, monthly or bi-weekly, okay, or weekly. Okay, but let's say your mentorship is 6 months. 6 months. Okay. You may do something that's more like quarterly, so you'll charge them twice, monthly or bi-weekly. Okay. Or even weekly. You have to kind of think about, I think there are a lot of factors that go into it, but you have to determine, number one, honestly, how often do you want your money? Okay, do you want to have to wait? Like, you're going to collect the money regardless, but do you want, you just want the lump sums? Okay, or do you want it more like this? Remember, cash flow is the name of the game. We want cash flow. So for me, I do bi-weekly payments and monthly payments for my program. I have a 12-week program. It's called the Mentor Money Kickstart Program. I teach Braiders how to get their first mentee in 12 weeks or less. I take bi-weekly and monthly payments. That's how I like my money, okay? And based on how I spend it in my bills, that allows me to take care of my bills, take care of myself, because the money comes in like this way, okay? But for you, I want you to go ahead and think about how long is your program, and I want you to choose 2 to 3 of these, okay? Are you gonna do weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Or you gonna do monthly, quarterly, semi-annually? What are you going to do that fits how you want your money and how long your program is? Okay. And once you make that decision, now I can share with you my favorite strategy to get cash flow up front. So let's say that your mentorship is $5,000. Okay. And let's say your mentorship is 12 weeks. Okay. Let's say your mentorship is $5,000 and it's a 90-day or 12-week mentorship. Okay, so this is how I love to do it. Okay, so instead of me charging interest, which a lot of people do for their mentorships, I'm going to do something called a pay in full bonus. Okay, so let's say I have a $5,000 program. It's 12 weeks. I'm going to say something like this. Hey, if you pay in full today, you can save $1,000 and only pay $4,000. And then I'll have the other payment options listed. So it's 12 weeks. If I was to divide, remember, I'm not letting my payment plans. I prefer never to let my payment plans go past the duration of what I'm coaching somebody. So if I'm only coaching them for 12 weeks, I don't want my payment plans to go past 12 weeks. I don't want to do that. Okay. So let's say I'm doing 5,000. We got the pay in full. If you pay in full right now, it's $4,000. All right. If you pay monthly, which is 3 payments, you're going to pay $1,666.66. So monthly equals $1,066.66. Then I will do bi-weekly. So bi-weekly equals 5,000. That's going to be 6 payments divided by 6. That's going to be 833. Okay. So these will be my 3 payment options. All right. My 3 payment options will be you pay in full, you make monthly payments, or bi-weekly payments. Okay. That's how I would want my money. But what I'm telling you is this: give your students reward them for paying in full. Okay. And this is my favorite strategy. I learned this from Alex Hermosi. This is my favorite strategy for collecting cash up front. I had one student that she paid $2,000 to sign up for my program all up front. With me having more cash up front, I was able to pay more stuff off longer, pay bills off longer. I could have used that money to start paying for marketing, to get more people in. Like, I have more cash up front. So you may be thinking like, well, why would I want more cash up front? Like, you want more cash up front so you can do more faster. If you have to wait months and weeks for your money, then you can't do stuff as fast. But if you have more front, you can do stuff faster. So I would take more upfront than more later. Okay. In this instance, okay, for my mentorship. All right. So think about that. That's my favorite strategy for more cash up front. But you need to do this before you offer payment plans. Okay. If you do not do this before you offer payment plans, your payment plans won't be profitable. All right. So what you need to do is you need to have a written payment plan policy in place that includes these things. Number one, what the payment plan is. Okay, so many people do a lot of talking like, oh, I'm gonna let you do X amount of payments, but it's not in writing. You need that in writing. And when people sign up for your mentorship, they either sign a contract on like DocuSign or they agree to your terms, okay? Number two, you need to have what happens in there if they do not pay, okay? This is a big mistake I made was I would have contracts, but I wouldn't have in there what happens if the contracts, like what happens if you don't pay the payment plan, okay? So you have to let your people know that if they don't pay the payment plan, then guess what's going to happen? You don't get access to the mentorship anymore. You lose all access to all files, resources, and access to you. And also, one thing I'm going to implement is letting them know having a grace period. So I am graceful. I believe Christ gives us grace, so I need to give out grace myself. So maybe there's a window you allow people to kind of like rent, or if you have your rent is due on the 1st, but let's say you can't make it on the 1st, I'll give you to the 8th before you get a late fee or before you lose access. So for me, what I'm implementing now is that you lose access, okay? And I understand that some people won't pay. You have to understand the name of the game with payment plans. Some people won't pay. Some people will pay on time. Like, we're gonna wish for the best, but it's the name of the game. It's the cost of doing business. Some people just won't make their payments. Okay, that's cool. All right, it's the name of the game. All right, but you need to have something in place that they shouldn't still be getting access to you if they're not making their payments. That don't make sense. Okay, and then another thing that I want to start implementing as well that I think you should is getting 2 forms of payment on file. So right now I'm only collecting 1 form of payment, which is credit card numbers. Also, what I'm thinking about doing is starting to collect ACH. So what is ACH? It means your banking information, because banking information, when you request a payment from the bank, it usually goes through because somebody banks. Sometimes people lose cards or their cards don't work anymore and they need to change cards. So having 2 forms of payment on file will also work as well, okay? And that's what to do before you offer payment plans. And lastly, if someone doesn't pay, I kind of talked about this already, but if someone does not pay your payment plan, then you 100% need to make sure you do what's in writing. Like sometimes we don't do what's in writing, but do what's in writing because this is a business. Be graceful, but this is a business, and do what's in writing. Okay. If they don't pay, they can't play. All right. And if you are looking at this and you still need help figuring out what type of mentorship you should launch, how long it should be, how you should price it, what should people get when they sign up, and what to name your mentorship, like what to do, how to start your first mentorship, I want to invite you to the Mentor Money Workshop. It is a workshop I do that shows you exactly how to create your first mentorship so that you have a blueprint you can take out to the marketplace and sell to other braiders so you can start making money without braiding hair. If you just click the link in the description, I'll send that. Click the link in the description, go ahead and grab your spot. And make sure I want to invite you to upgrade to pay now so that you can get a special bonus that I have for only people that are action takers and pays now. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.